Hi, this is Josh Weidman here with REI 360. For today's training, we are going to cover something that just happened to me over the last week. I was working with one of my students, and we were looking at a really poor performance from a direct mailing piece. And in the course of our training and our conversation, kind of dug into the mailing piece. And I just want to take a look at, kind of some of the comparisons that basically we went from in working with my student, we went from getting a few responses on a mailing piece to getting, almost a 4,000% increase in that same to that same list with a little bit different mailing piece. So, anyway, as we go on here, let's take a look here. As we go through this training, I'm going to take a look at two different mailers. Number one, I call my control mailer. This is the mailer that went out, that my student sent out. It was 2,500 pieces. He got 5 responses in a 3-week time frame. After taking a look at his mailing piece, making some adjustments, making some clarifications that we're going to go over today, with that same 2,500 piece mailing list, over a different 3-week time period, I got 200 responses. So that's a 4,000% increase. So let's take a look at this mailing piece, figure out what the differences were, what was the impact, and see if there's something that you can implement in your mailing campaigns that will be effective. First of all, I want to present a disclaimer before we dig in here. Disclaimer number 1: you have to work with a good list. It makes no sense to be mailing for discounted properties in or fixer uppers or things like that in $5 million mansions. You're not going to be advertising you're not going to be advertising for Section 8 rentals in Forbes 500 or you know what I mean. You want to make sure that your list is good. These are people that are motivated to sell, that they have a possibility of selling. Basically, they want or need to sell their home. These before and after results are basically comparing. This is my disclaimer number 2. These before and after results are comparing no plan versus a game plan. What do I mean by that? Well, the first plan was a mailer that was put together by my student, and he basically gave more information about a million different things without a focused target on what he wanted to do, versus having a game plan. So if you already have a game plan, you're going to pick up things in this training that you can tweak and increase your results, and you can increase your response rate on your mailers for sure by doing some small changes. But you may not see a 4,000% increase. And disclaimer number 3: results may vary. So let's take a look at our control mailer. First thing I want to take a look at is our layout. What's the first thing you notice when you look at this postcard? For me, I see, want to sell your home quickly. That's great. Tom will pay you cash for your house. But then everything is small and it's a lot of information. It's crammed in there pretty tightly. And really, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. There's too much going on. So the second thing is the header. Want to sell your house quickly. This is not too bad. However, there's all these subheaders, and you want to sell your house quickly. Tom will pay you cash for your house. Call Tom Johnson. Why work with Tom? 500 cash referral program. Like there's just a lot of stuff. And then at the bottom, our call to action here. I'm kind of skipping around, but our call to action is to call, and we'll send you a free real estate guide. Well, is this guy a real estate agent? What's his situation? I mean, why is he contacting me? The header, the subheaders, the taglines, they jump around, and there's nothing consistent about the message here. The message is, what do they say? You can make some of the people happy some of the time. You can't make all the people happy all the time. Basically, if you're marketing to everyone, every possible person, you are marketing to no one. You want to focus your marketing piece and to one message. And here we have a million messages. The font size here is awfully small. That's that could be a problem. And also the content, and we just talked about that. There's mixed messages. And then the last thing we want to look at is our call to action. What am I supposed to do now? Here on the postcard, I've got, I X'd out I changed the name and X'd out the phone number to, so that, I wouldn't give away any of his information. He's not getting crazy phone calls in the middle of the night. But what we have here, there's no clear, decisive thing. What am I supposed to do? Am I calling somebody? What am I calling them for? I'm getting a real estate guide. What if I want to sell my house? It says, do I want to sell quickly? Yes, I do. But where do I call? All right. And then we've got the back. We've got a lot of the same problems. Right here, we've got the layout, not so great. The content is what I'm really concerned with here. 3 steps to boost curb appeal. And, what really is the focus? One of the biggest problems I see with a lot of marketing pieces, and you probably see it too. In fact, you probably don't see it because you're it's not taking you from a passive viewer to an active viewer. And that's really the point of a marketing piece, is to take somebody that's going out and getting their mail and going through it, and as they see a postcard, they're not flipping it in the trash can. What they're doing is all of a sudden saying, oh man, this applies to me. I want to start taking action here. I'm going to get a little bit more information. Well, here, we just got done telling the, Mr. Seller that we're interested in buying this house. We're going to pay cash for it. We might give him a $500 referral. Why work with us? All this kind of stuff on the front that's geared towards selling his house. And then he flips over the card, and it's simple ways to improve property value. What? It's confusing. And it's a poor use of space. Frankly, it's not a good use of space at all, considering the front gives us one message, the back gives us the next. And so, as I was going over this with my student, I was a little bit appalled. I was disappointed in myself for not bringing this up, and that's why I'm doing the training. I want to make sure that you're not throwing money out the window when you're sending out your marketing pieces. So let's take a look at some simple changes that I made to really improve this. First, let's talk about the 3 M's of marketing. The 3 M's are like 3 separate spheres, and if you see the image on the right-hand side, you get 3 separate spheres that they're independent in and of themselves. And you could have the perfect market, perfect media, or perfect message, but if they don't all sync together, they're not going to work. But when they do, it's like you just turn on the faucet and the leads just start coming in and coming in and coming in. So what's market? Market is the group of people that you're targeting. In this specific instance, your market are motivated sellers. They're people that want or need to sell their home. The media is your delivery method. What am I talking about? I'm talking about television, radio, billboards, postcards, flyers, bandit signs, whatever it is. In this case, it's a postcard. So we have our market, are the people that want or need to sell their home. We're delivering a message to them through a postcard. And what's the message? The message is we want you to sell your house. And if you want to sell your house, you give us a call. So if these 3 M's match perfectly, we are going to have an onslaught of leads. We already know the medium. We already know the delivery. So let's design the message. First, it's got to be simple. One of the first postcards I ever sent, and I didn't change it for years, it simply said, "Dear homeowner, my name is Josh Weidman, and I buy houses. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm interested in purchasing your home. If you would like a free offer on your property in the next 24 hours, pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number." That's it. Real simple, straight to the point. Nothing flashy, no crazy graphics, layouts, anything like that. Simple. It must include an offer. What's the offer? Well, in the postcard that I used and had success with for a long time, I didn't have an offer. But when I added an offer, man, did that make a difference. What am I talking about, an offer? An offer is something like, if you call me before the end of November, I will pay all of your closing costs. It's the kind of thing that makes people take action now. Call today to get a 24-hour, a cash offer in your home in the next 24 hours. If we close in December, I'll give you a flat screen TV. That kind of stuff. Great. Sounds good to me. And last but not least, clear call to action. Probably about 2-3 months ago, I got an email, and it was a birthday invitation. It was to my daughter's second birthday. It was in September. So it was our second birthday. My wife sent out the invitation, and it gave all the details about the party, and it said RSVP by such and such a date. Email me, call me, or just let me know. She sent it out. Well, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. We had almost no responses, and she's going, what the heck is going on? Well, she picked up the phone and started calling people, and what she found out was that there was no clear call to action. What was a call to action? Email her, let her know, phone her. I mean, whatever it was, be clear. If you want them to pick up the phone and call, give them your phone number, say call me. If you want an email, say so. If you want to go to the website, tell them that. But don't give them too many options. The message has to be a simple message. It includes an offer and a clear call to action. So let's see what happened. First, I changed the headline. Made it as strong as I could. I want to pay you cash for your house. Great. I don't like using the word home or using it as little as I can because it connotes, and there's an underlying feeling there of some sort of emotional attachment to the property, and I'd like to avoid any kind of emotional attachment. It's a small semantics, but so I want to pay you cash for your house. Find out how I can put money in your pocket fast. Boom, right there. Then we go on. I'm going to tell a little bit of a story in this block here. My name's Tom, and I buy houses. I'm looking to purchase 5 to 10 properties in your neighborhood over the next 3 months. Now, what I did here overall is I reduced the amount of information that was there, increased the font size so it was a little bit easier to read, and I tried to use highlights and bolds and underlines on the page to draw the eyes of the reader to the information that I thought, that I want them to read. Here's why you should call me. No fees, closing at a time you're choosing, easy sales process, experienced to guide you through the process, honest and straightforward offer, quick cash closing. I have references from your neighbors. These are things that I'm basically answering questions before they're asked. And then what type of properties and situations do I specialize in? Foreclosures, properties in need of repair, inheritance, tax liens. I mean, you put in here anything you want, but the point is I simplified the message, highlighted areas where I wanted the eyes to go, and where's my offer? Let's see. Cash offer in the next 24 hours, call me. There you go. There it was. Cash offer, 24 hours. Now we flip to the back. That $500 offer, I love that $500 offer. You know who? What gets more leads than postcards? There's a heck of a lot more people out there that know somebody that wants or needs to sell their home than there are that you're going to be mailing that want or need to sell their home. So I always put this on a marketing piece, but I usually will put it on a separate piece, or I'll do a separate mailing specifically for this offer. And the reason for that is because I don't want anybody to be confused about what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to buy their property. So the offer, I can put money in your pocket even if you aren't ready to sell. That's usually what people are going to why they're going to toss this away. The front side said, hey, I'm going to put some cash in your pocket, and here's how you can do it even if you're not ready to sell. You find me a referral, I'll pay you $500. Coincidentally, anytime you see cash somewhere, you notice this. If you pay attention to this in your own life, if you see something that looks like it's cash, all of a sudden you go from passively viewing an advertisement to actively viewing it. Who knows why? But it's something that you'll notice if you pay attention to it. You'll see that you do that in your own life. So I put a $500 bill on here, catches their attention, makes them look a little bit closer. Here, I've got very straightforward instructions. Check out my website or call me. There you go. It's a call to action. That's it. So this is the postcard that I went from a few leads on all the way to 200 leads in just a little bit of time.